Welcome to the Airborne Podcast. I'm your host, Ajit. There's no big boy Braps today, but we got Thanos back on the podcast.
What it do?
The Raptors, they've been quiet for the most part with the free agency news, but they have signed. They made a small signing. It's not a signing that you'd be very intrigued by because you're not familiar with the player, but we have signed an undersized forward by the name of Ishmail Wainright. He played in France last season. He's been in the Euro League, I guess. He's been playing overseas for the last 3 years. And he's a 6'6" forward. I think he's 26 years old. And,
yeah, he's 26 years old.
Yeah, and for the most part, he's not known for his offense, but he made his name in Baylor University for the 4 years he played there. On the defensive end, he was all-team first defense. And he also played, the man looks like a football player. He looks big, like PJ Tucker. And, he looks stocky. And so I figured, I'm like, this guy looks like a football player. And then lo and behold, I looked through his resume and it looks like he played a year of football after his seasons playing basketball in Baylor.
Mm-hmm.
And he was a tight end, so you could tell. But what do you think about the signing?
I honestly think it's a good signing. It's not like crazy, but like what you said, he's like a PJ Tucker. But I've seen some of his highlights, and he kind of I feel like he's like an athletic version of PJ Tucker. I don't know about the 3-pointers. I don't think he's that consistent with his 3-pointers, but I feel like he's more better defensively, and like you said, he's not really that offensively good. But what's it called? I like the signing. Masai, I feel like he's doing a great job. He's finding all these lengthy guys, built guys as well. And he's mainly focusing on defense. That's our motto, right? For the Raptors, like we focus on defense mainly, and the defense will come in as well. Like it'll come into play as long as the defense is up there, right?
Maybe the offense?
So, yeah. Sorry, the offense. Sorry, my apologies. Offense.
And I looked at some of his highlights. He looks like he can play defense properly.
Yeah.
He's an undersized forward, like I say, 6'6". Yeah. So I think he's around like Gary. He's like in between Gary Trent Jr.'s and like OG Anunoby's height.
Mm-hmm.
And for the most part, I think when he was at Baylor University, he didn't average more than 6 points.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, he had his name was made off of the defensive end. And for him, I believe in the Euro League, I think he was averaging double digits. You have the stats.
Yeah, I do, yeah. I believe in 2018, he signed with the Nuremberg Falcons.
Mm-hmm.
He averaged about 12 points, 7.5 rebounds, close to 3 assists. And in 2020, he signed with the SIG Strasbourg, if I'm pronouncing it right. I'm not sure, but he averaged a little less than what he averaged. What I mentioned earlier. He averaged 10.5 points, 5.8 rebounds, 2.4 assists, and 1.8 steals per game.
And in Baylor, when he was in Baylor, he averaged 5.9 points, 4.3 rebounds, and 2.6 assists per game as a junior.
Mm-hmm.
And then when he went into senior year, he averaged 5.5 points, 5.1 rebounds, 3.2 assists, and 1.7 steals per game. The steals are pretty, solid.
Yeah.
1.7 steals.
Yeah.
He was named to the Big 12 All Defensive Team.
Yep.
And when he did play football as a tight end, like we mentioned earlier, he had 4 catches for 34 yards and 2 touchdowns. So a guy that could play multiple sports, kind of like Jalen Suggs, except we didn't draft Jalen Suggs.
We got Jalen Suggs on our team right now.
Malachi Flynn?
Malachi Flynn, yeah.
That's what a lot of people are saying. The way he performed that first game, the man looks like he put on some weight, but we'll talk about that in another video.
Yeah.
With Ishmael Wainright, I actually posted a video on our IG page, and his mom liked it. And I was trying to figure out who it was, and then I'm like, damn, like surprising that like that video got out. and she was able to see it.
Shout out to his mom for showing some love
Yeah, for
on
sure.
our page.
And he, for him, like he came out of he's from Kansas, Missouri.
Mhm.
And honestly, I know like we were saying how this is not one of the sexiest picks, but you know, Masai is looking for these lanky guys now. You know,
Mhm.
guys that are like 6'5" and above with a long wingspan, and this guy fits in that, in that category.
Yeah, and also in that, well, he also fits the age gap too, right? He's only 26. He still has time to improve.
Mhm.
I like what I saw on Bleacher Report. Like Masai is probably gonna go into the more positionalist.
Positionless.
Yeah,
Yeah.
basketball with no like, because even Scotty Barnes might play the point guard at some point.
Mhm.
Like I actually like the way it's going right now.
Mhm.
I'm actually excited seeing. I'm actually excited to see how it goes
I mean,
next
like,
season.
we're stocking up at a bunch of forwards that are anywhere from 6
Yeah,
feet to six
yeah.
nine, with wingspans that are from 7 feet to 7'3". The only
Hmm.
smallest guys we have right now is the point guard position,
Hmm.
and that's Fred VanVleet and Malachi Flynn. You know, we've always kind of been that team that had the small guards.
Hmm.
But having Goran Dragic, hopefully, if he plays for our team, he's a bigger point guard than what we're used to. And a second unit with him definitely would help that length. I don't know if Ishmael Wainwright's going to get a lot of minutes, but I mean, if he can put that work in on the defensive end like he's known for, I can see him getting some minutes because,
Yeah.
I mean, the roster spots, like you said, positionless basketball. Anyone can have an off night and he can be plugged in and maybe he can make a huge impact for our team.
Hmm.
But yeah, I mean, hopefully this is one of those signings. I mean, he signed a 2-year deal with us, and he's at the summer league team, and he's going to be playing on the summer league roster. So we'll see how that goes. But
Yeah.
I just want to get on here and do a quick video with you. Appreciate you coming on.
Thanks,
And
man.
any final thoughts about Ishmael? Cars, I think he has a middle name actually.
Oh, is it?
Ishmael Carzell Wainwright.
Oh, it's a sick middle name.
Yeah, Carzell, born on September 12th, 1994. So he's a 26-year-old turning 27, same age as Pascal and Fred VanVleet, same year. So if everything works out, the man's about to hit his prime right now, like in the prime of
Hmm.
he's in the prime of his career. And if he can make some threes while he's on the floor, then it's definitely going to be a really good season for him.
Yeah, I also feel like his size. Like I'm surprised that he weigh. It says he's 6'6", and he weighs 250 pounds. Like he could dominate in the paint, man.
Yeah, for sure. And
Yeah,
he played France last season. I mean, he's been a journeyman
yeah,
in overseas, but
yeah.
Masai, so far aside from the Bruno Caboclo pick, Masai hasn't missed with all these free agent,
Hmm.
signings and stuff.
Exactly.
Maybe you could say Stanley Johnson too, because I mean, he didn't really he had some
He
games.
had his moments, but yeah, he had his moments.
Yeah, for sure. Any final thoughts about this before we wrap this up?
It's a good signing. Like I want to see what he could do in the summer league. Um, I mean, we don't really have that many small forwards, like besides OG, maybe Scotty Barnes. But Scotty Barnes can play either position. Like he play all five positions, to be honest.
Yeah, for sure.
And so I feel like Wainwright has a chance to actually showcase his skills.
Mhm.
It's sort of like Freddie Glipsy. Like he got a 10-day contract and he got another one after that, right?
Yeah.
I know this is not a 10-day either, but I feel like he'll get his minutes. He'll get something because I feel like we're in the rebuilding stage. So who knows?
Well, we still have part of our core, right? I mean, like OG,
Yeah. I know. Yeah. I know.
Pascal, Fred VanVleet. Like we're not. I
Yeah.
don't think we're rebuilding. I think we're retooling. And
Yeah.
if everything works out the way it's supposed to in terms of the length we have on our team,
Hmm.
we're going to be a nightmare on the defensive end, and we should be a top
For sure.
defensive team this season coming up.
Hmm. Yeah.
But yeah, that's going to do it for this video. Appreciate everyone for tuning in. If you haven't liked the video, make sure you like it. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe to it. What are y'all waiting for? Stop slacking, bro. And we'll be back with some of the more, some more free agent signings. Hopefully we make a splash before the season starts. And, I want to see some sexy names come up on the Raptors roster. And I want to make some noise. I know we're not a championship contender going into the season, but
Hmm.
I mean, I think a lot of us are very ecstatic to see what this young talent, these new faces on the Toronto Raptors are going to do.
For
But yeah,
sure.
till then, stay blessed, stay woke, and please stay safe. Peace.
Yeah, 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 yeah. The price I want for sure you gon' need.